Hey all you cats and dogs, it is Deej and I got volume 4 of my Mexico trip for y'all. First off, I'd like to say this is a good sniping game. You'll see some crappy ass shots, but just remember, as many crappy shots as you see, you'll see some pretty good shots. Anyway, I come out with a good score at the end, but let's get down to the midgets. You know, I've been talking up the midgets the whole time. We all like the midgets. And by the way, this is probably like, I don't ever do this like a lot of people do here. This is probably the first or second time I've done this little window start here on High Rise. I was just going for a triple or something, and just to let everyone know, I've never hit a triple sniper, so that's something I'm trying to do. Anyway, we all want the midgets. Where was I? Anyway, yeah, so this is the last day of my Mexico show, and like with any party that like is a multiple day long event or any adult show, the last day is usually the one that's the most eventful, the one that's, you know, gets everyone tired, the most partying, the all nights, everything. So we had a big lineup ready for us. Like I said, the midgets were hanging out with us. Sorry, hold on, let's start this over. The little people were hanging out with us the whole weekend, and so their scheduled plan was to, at the end of the last night, they play mini Kiss. They all dress up as Kiss, you know, in their face paint and their spikes, and one of them had a long tongue and blood and everything. He was a little mini Gene Simmons. It was fucking awesome. So they were scheduled to play that night down the beach about a mile, and we all were gonna walk down the beach. So obviously beforehand, I get a couple margaritas, so I'm double fisting the whole way. That's literally, I became friends with margaritas on my Mexico trip. I was already a fan of tequila, and that was actually another one of my goals, was to come home with an imported bottle of tequila, you know, like a real worm in the bottle. I didn't get that sucked. Anyway, so yeah, I get all liquored up before we go, and we get down there, and there's more people than just industry, because it was like a local bar hangout type place, so there's some other cool people there that we got to hang out with. We start chatting it up, me and this friend of mine, we start chatting up with this lady. She's older, you know, she's probably 30s, late 30s. You know, she was his age. Anyway, some of the people in the industry are very outspoken, and that's one thing I've enjoyed hanging out with some of them, is because it's kind of wearing off on me. It's entertaining to listen to sometimes, the way they go across with you know, just people. And so we're sitting there talking, and you're like, how's the weather, how do you like it, blah blah blah, you know, and 7 minutes in or less in the conversation, he's like, so yeah, I'd like to take you out behind this place here and fuck you in the ass. And she like choked on her drink. I didn't know how to take it either, and she like giggled, she's like, woo, and then like pointed at her husband. It was funny. Anyway, so yeah, we watched Mini Kiss do their thing. It was really awesome. The Aussie got up there and sung with them and all kinds of shit. It was really, really cool. Okay, now the epic funny part. You guys are like, what is it? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so we all stumbled back to the resort. And right after the show, the drummer, one of the little midgy guys, the same guy in the parasail thing, he was starting to get a little shit-faced, and I'm assuming for little person they get shit-faced easier. Anyway, he started, you know, getting noticeably drunk, and he started stripping his clothes off. He was streaking around, little naked midget running around, and I'm, you know, I'm half gone too, and so I got a margarita in hand. I'm down to one now. And I see him running across the road, right? You know, tallywhacker just a flanging, you know, whoa! And he's screaming, streaking. And I stop right there. I point. I'm like, oh my God, a naked midget! And he stops right there, and his little tallywhacker stops flapping. He looks at me, points back at me, and he's like, don't you say the M word. So of course I went over there and I hugged him. I'm like, I'm sorry, little man. And you know, it took me almost a year after being back from that show, because I told people, I was like, yeah, I hugged a naked midget. No, folks, I hugged a naked man. That's right, I hugged a naked man. It's something I can tell my grandkids, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely was the highlight of the story of that show. Anyway, the rest of the night we just really all partied the shit out of that. Oh man, it was crazy. Oh yeah, instead of cooking a pig that day, we cooked a shark. We had, I don't know, what do you call that, mahi? No, that's whatever. Cooked shark. Anyway, Mexico kicked ass. That's basically the last night. I got another volume coming for the return. Some guy. It's a real true story of why drugs are bad. Okay, kids. There's more drugs. Not on my part, but anyway.
So that's it. I hugged a naked midget man, little person, whatever. I don't know. I'm not very PC. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I finally got to the midgets, the little people. God damn it! All right, I better just leave before I get in trouble with the little folk. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, you guys, and check out my other videos.